Right, guys. So what if I told you there's a way to bring back your Instagram engagement with a sort of a new feature that almost nobody uses? I'm talking about this new notes feature. And before you click off the video, let me show you some stats about how we were able to resurrect a dead account that virtually had no engagement at all anymore. Mostly, we were able to recover that because of this new notes feature with this hack I'm about to show you. Now, here's the thing. Apparently, the whole world, including Europe and Japan, now have access to notes according to Moziri's new statement. But I don't think they rolled it out already, even though they announced it that they would do it the very same day. It's been a few days already. See, Instagram? That's exactly what I mean. I want to trust you. I want to be your friend, Uncle Moziri. But you just keep disappointing me with even the smallest thing. How can you even... Why would you say... Yeah. Now, this whole thing, using notes to get your engagement up, comes down to, obviously, the mighty Instagram algorithm that more or less looks at how cool of a creator you are and how people react to whenever you create content. And most of you guys' content, tell you how it is looking at it, it's just lifeless. People, slowly start to lose interest with content like this. Things, for example, change and, for example, you don't adapt to the changes and bam, there's your shadow ban brought to you by yourself. And then you come crying to me. Now, one of the strongest metrics to get your profile shown more in the stories as well as the feed is if people interact with you, right? If they click on your profile picture, consume multiple pieces of content one after another, what we always call the bingeability factor, right? And the issue a lot of you guys have is you can't even get people to binge your stuff because people don't see your content in the first place, right? Kind of a bad situation. And this is, my friends, where notes come into play. If you don't know about notes, by the way, basically it's the MySpace status. Awesome thing. Or remember the MSN Messenger back in the days. There's this one girl from Germany. She was my first ever virtual MSN girlfriend back in 2003, I guess, or 2002. Madly in love. Couldn't handle it anymore. Fake my own death. Yeah, she still doesn't know it. I'm going to hell. Yeah, so these notes are a super great starting point to get people to react to you. Moziri called them a conversation starter that will, if done right, get you on people's radar again. Get people to come to your profile, watch your stories, see your posts in their feeds again, right? And then you start the whole thing from the beginning. So ideally, you use these notes exactly that way as a conversation starter, something that just entices people to reply or engagement with you, right? Once you got that, you'll get ranked higher. We found out, especially in the stories. And then you can use the stories to even, propel this effect further. Polls, Q&As, great content, obviously, reels, carousels, the whole deal. After, more stories, suddenly people are just starting to care again because you got yourself into this upward spiral. Now, here's the big issue, because there's an issue, like always. I wasn't entirely truthful to you because not everybody's going to see these notes. Not all of your followers are going to see these notes. Actually, just either your close friends or your followers that you follow back, right? So kind of your close friends too. And this is where this actual evil growth hack comes into play. Let me explain. Basically, you have two options, or actually, let me start from a different angle. The algorithm cares about relative averages. And if you can show the algorithm a relative increase in people interacting with you, you will see your whole engagement go up, because it's going to expand the people that you reach, right? Sort of clear, I guess. If not, you need to follow me here, subscribe to me here. But now here's where it gets serious. First of all, you need to identify your biggest fans, aka your true and best followers. Usually they're the ones that you all the time see in your stories. The ones that make comments all the time. You should know them, right? Even I know them, after all those years. And then you're going to have to either put them in the close friends lists or follow them back, right? Then you slowly need to expand that circle, if you will, and follow more of the people back that you think could be part of your ideal followers based on your research, right? It doesn't have to be a lot. It shouldn't be a lot of people, but I'm going to tell you in a second. The thing that's going to happen afterwards is, with notes being this brand new feature that Instagram's going to push, obviously, because they want to push all the time the brand new features. And your biggest followers, of course, are going to interact with you based on these nodes, right? Signaling the algorithm. Wow. Owen Wilson, wow. More people engaging, open the floodgates. Now, like I said, don't overdo it. Like always, especially with Instagram. they're gonna punish you. It's just bad to follow so many people anyway. But just a few, it should just be a tiny nudge, if you will.
There's one more thing that I forgot to mention editing this right now, namely appearing on people's phone screens, in this case the notes. I figured out, I've observed this recently, the algorithm kind of tracks this, right? And in the notes, okay, you're there, they go to their DMs, you are there. And this is a big thing why you get ranked higher in the feed, you know, not also the replies. Of course, replies are the ultimate boost, but mainly it actually is, according to my very latest observations, just you appearing on their screens, which begs me to the other question and to another thing that I want you to know. The same thing also applies to the chronological feed. If you just appear in this chronological feed, you also get ranked higher in the main feed. So one other thing I really want you to do is go to your analytics and check when the most amount of people are online. Chances are some of them actually still, or again, use the chronological feed, just slightly giving you another sort of advantage, right? Smarter people might already think of ways to get people to switch over to the chronological feed, you know, whole room for another story, for another video.
And then the same principles apply to your subsequent content, your stories, more notes. And yeah, that's what I actually meant last time when I said stories are the most underrated and powerful feature on Instagram. Actually, I think it didn't say it here. It was part of the bi-weekly live streams that we have for my mentorship program for the students again. Anyway, now you know it. If you do these things strategically, you'll see your engagement rise from the ashes. And the most important point from there on is to keep trying to get these stats up, the engagement metrics, your story views, for example. A lot of people have issues with getting their story views up. And what a surprise. Here's a video you probably didn't see where I break down some pretty secret hacks to 3x your story views, getting, you know, yourself into this upward spiral to get more engagement and become Instagram famous.